Ever wondered how wildlife and sea life documentaries film such beautiful raw footage? Ever thought how were they able to film certain videos? Well, here are the answers. The idea of what is true and what is fake when relating to wildlife documentaries or films and different media articles has been a debate for several years. I've decided to focus on this topic of how real is actually real when it comes to wildlife and sea life documentaries by focusing on one simple question, in which you all should consider. How does the role of the media hide what is true in wildlife documentaries and films, and how does this affect our perception of how our animals live within their natural habitats, and how is what is being showcased through these documentaries true or is it all a lie? This topic of how real is actually real is very relevant today, as our society is very media-based. And the hard truth is, people believe anything they see in a movie, TV, or even online. Within BCM312, we have looked at a certain topic called invisible animals. This topic felt very close to home due to the fact that when I was younger, my family and I loved to spend time watching David Attenborough documentaries and looking at the beautiful animals that run across the screen. Oh, how I was wrong. Looking into this topic during lectures has opened my mind to how perfectly the media can hide what is real and what is fake with just one press of a button. Let's talk about someone who is considered famous within the wildlife and sea life documentary film world, David Attenborough. He is considered one of the world's treasures. However, he is not as sweet as he seems. Within my research, I've been able to locate an article on the independent news website called "It's About Time We Recognise That Nature Documentary Makers Regularly Deceive Us and We're Partly to Blame," which goes into detail of these horrific truths being hidden by Mr. Attenborough himself. Now, without going into too much detail, in 2011, BBC was to have set to film a scene involving a polar bear and her cubs walking through their own natural habitat on the frozen planet. This was really filmed in a zoo. Wait, there's more. In the same year, Human Planet was also said to have filmed a young camel being murdered by a wild wolf. However, due to the filmmakers not being able to find a rabid wolf, they brought into a domestic animal, most likely a dog, in to murder a camel and lie through the media saying it was a wild animal. Have you ever wondered how far several producers will take filming a certain shot just for their nature documentary, just so it tells a story that it's intended to have? Did you know they create fake sounds, fake settings, and in some cases, fake animals? An article online goes into detail about how wildlife producers are filming a scene they are considerably very far away. Now, how can the audience be able to hear the slightest movement of the animals being shown in front of us on the television? Especially when they film from a distance. No microphone is that long. We know that they truly cannot be running next to the wild cheetah while catching their prey. We know they cannot breathe as long as a shark just to film them swimming around in their own habitat. And we know that producers really love what they're filming and showing how the animals live in their own world. This topic of how real is actually real when it comes to nature and wildlife documentaries can be very controversial. I've been able to discover 4 academic articles in which can support my own opinion. The first academic article I found to support my question was Fishtails, Combating Fake Science in Popular Media. This highlights all misinformation that has been shared through popular media and how it can influence the public perception of science. The article goes into detail of a case study in which is based on fake documentaries and how effective social media strategies can be. The article first opens up with, "A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes." Now, if that doesn't answer my question, then I don't know what will. The academic article discusses the Animal Planet documentaries, Mermaids, The Body Found, in May 2012, and how this fictitious documentary presents how mermaids are not actually real, but there is an active government conspiracy to hide their existence. Mermaids featured an actual government organization, particularly the United States National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, implicating real scientists in a fake conspiracy. I then dove a little deeper, pun intended, and found another academic article called "Are Wildlife Films Really Nature Documentaries?" that goes into detail about the Discovery Channel and how they are considered rich and respected within the television documentary world, and that they must adhere to a certain standard, therefore lying to their audience. There are 26 pages full of information that I could go on and on about, but let's get to the next academic article. This article can be found in the European Journal of Communication. It is titled "Thinking About Television Audiences, Entertainment and Reconstruction in Nature Documentaries," and showcases how documentary reconstruction is a creative production that involves the reconstruction of reality and the event that they are actually filming. Within this article, it goes into detail of a nature documentary series called El Hombre La Tierra. All of the action scenes in this series were reconstructions, which required rehearsals and involved a large amount of editing work. Without documentary reconstruction and the handling of animals, it would have been impossible to film the majority of the hunting scenes, and the series would have never achieved the success it did. Finally, our last piece of evidence, and the most shocking. Was Blind But Now I See, Animal Liberation Documentary's Deconstruction of Barriers to Witnessing Injustice by Georgia Strait University in 2013. It opens up with a quote, "You better hope that anti-vivisection people don't get a hold of this film," from a laboratory worker as she videotapes herself tormenting a scared monkey during shock treatments. This is a form of video that ended up in the activist documentary Behind the Mask. This article made me very emotional as I was reading it and really made me see the truth. Well, there we have it. I first started off with a vision to create this digital artifact as to just out different wildlife and sea life documentaries. However, I've done so much more than that. Not only have I surprised myself about how easily the media covers up the truth and shows a fragmented reality really astonishes me, but I hope I have expressed to you how important it is to know the truth about what we are being shown on social media and the media itself. We as a society should never just believe something we are told is real. I strongly believe I have not only answered my own question, but I have delved deeper into a world I am glad I have uncovered. This digital artifact will forever stick with me, and I hope it sticks with you as well.